Hello, chat. Welcome to a very late night stream. Australia versus Turkey or Turkey, however you want to pronounce it these days. I think they say Turkey in Turkey, but the English pronunciation has been Turkey my entire life. So I'm going to call them Turkey. But this is an important match for Group D as we are going to see what the USMNT's opposition looks like. Their other two opponents they're going to face in their group stage. Very curious to see what's going to happen. And like I said, it's a very late night stream. I mean, it is midnight on the East Coast, the New York, or it's close to midnight, right? The New York Knicks have just won the NBA championship, which congratulations to them. But this is a big game. This is a very big game. I'm very curious to see what these two teams look like. Because there's been I would say overall, the USMNT has had the best performance of any team in the World Cup so far in 2026. So I'm curious to see what these two teams look like, because this is going to give us a big indication on if the USMNT are going to be able to maybe make a deep run in the 2026 World Cup. I think that there's a good chance that they're going to win their group after what we saw yesterday, but we'll have to see. Let me switch this over to Fox. Let's see. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to wait a little bit to switch it over to Fox. But this is going to tell us a little bit about who we're facing in the group stage. We have to play Australia on Friday. They obviously play Turkey tonight. So I'm going to be comparing, because Australia, I feel like, might be a little bit worse than Paraguay. I wouldn't say that there's a huge gap and difference, right, between the quality of both opponents. They're very close in quality. So I want to see how Turkey plays against Paraguay or against Australia. I want to see how Turkey plays against Australia. And Australia is probably going to play they're going to play a very low block. They're going to probably play bunker ball and hope to God that Turkey doesn't score a bunch of goals and that they can maybe get the 1-0 result. I mean, that's what I'm assuming that they're probably going to do. But Turkey is the only team in this group that really scares me. And if Turkey struggles against Australia, I don't know if that would make me more afraid of Australia or make me feel better against our chances against Turkey. But, Turkey's going to have to get a 3-goal difference if they want to take the lead or tie it with us in the group stage, right? Because I'm pretty sure that the tiebreaker is the goal difference, by the way. And I appreciate everybody who's in here tonight with us late watching this late game. I appreciate it, guys. Luke says hi. Hey, Will, do you Argentina versus Portugal would be a very good quarterfinal match? Will, do I think it would be? Yeah, that would be incredible. Not sure if I'm staying up to watch the 4th game in a row. Well, I hope you do. Now I got to stay up. Shit, dude. I thought this was a noon tomorrow till I seen your live pop up. I know, it's crazy. And what's so funny is a lot of people have been complaining about the schedule. I saw a lot of people from the UK complaining about the scheduling and saying that the games are too late for them. But this is a very early game. I think this is like 5 a.m. for them. So it's a very early game. I'll be curious to see how many people end up watching this game. Stay up and watch. I mean, it's 9 o'clock on the West Coast. So obviously I think that there will be some people that will watch this game. Hell, we're watching this game. I think it's like, this is like a 2 p.m. It's a 2 p.m. Kickoff in Australia. I don't really know what time it is in Turkey right now. I would assume it's probably like 8 in the morning or so. That's going to be a very early game. But there should be some people watch. I love the late night soccer. In America, they had the Pack After Dark, the Pac-12 football games that were like going to midnight. I mean, this game isn't going to end until like 2 in the morning Eastern time. So I'm normally up at that time anyways, doing edits and stuff. So I'm normally up at this time regardless. So why not? I was going to watch anyway. So why not just watch it together? We'll see what happens and see how our opponents stack up against each other. But, I appreciate everyone who's watching this late night stream with us. If you guys haven't already, if you don't mind, hit that like button down below and help us out with the late night stream. We got 42 watching at midnight, which is, that's a very impressive turnout. I didn't expect that to be this many people, but if you don't mind, hit the like button down below to help us out, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see what happens. I don't think there's going to be any streams tomorrow. I'm just doing this for because the group stage, but I have been doing streams if there's MLS players involved. Like I'll do the Argentina game on Tuesday, and then they play Algeria, right? I'll probably do a watch along for the Argentina Algeria game on Tuesday, and then I'm going to record a preview. I'll probably drop that on Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to record that on Monday, but I don't think I have anything else planned. I might drop a video tomorrow about the USMNT, but I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how things go. What's your score predictions though? Yeah, what's your score predictions for the game tonight? 5:43 a.m. Can't wait for the Aussie being parked. Aussie bus being parked. Um, yeah, I want your score predictions. What do you think's gonna happen? Like I said, this is a test. This is gonna show us like how good the other teams are in our group. Like I think Turkey's very close to us. I think Paraguay and Australia are very close to each other. So I want to see how Turkey plays against Australia. I want to see how they stack up against the low block and if they're able to break it and able to score. I'm curious to see. And look, I want to read these real quick to you guys just because I mentioned it earlier, and we'll talk about the score predictions here in a second. But the scores have been very underwhelming so far in 2020 in the World Cup, and it could pick up. I remember that there were some underwhelming performances in the Club World Cup last year because they had to get used to the heat, and there was just a lot of different environmental changes and stuff for some of these teams. But if you look at this, I mean, Mexico versus South Africa, 2-0. Mexico, right? CONCACAF team wins. The other game was South Korea beats Czechia 2-1. Not a crazy, scoring game. Canada and Bosnia have a draw 1-1. US beat the hell out of Paraguay 4-1. We know that, right? Qatar and Switzerland 1-1 draw today. Qatar might have been one of the worst teams this whole tournament, and they drew with Switzerland. That Canada group, the Group B, who the hell knows who's going to get out of that group? I can't even begin to predict what's going to happen with that group. It's a total wild card right now. But Switzerland giving Qatar a point. This was supposed to be a slam dunk win for them. And the fact that they got a draw with Qatar is bad news for Switzerland. Maybe Canada and Bosnia are the two teams that guarantee get out. And Switzerland's a third place team that advances. But that was a poor result for Switzerland, guys. And then Brazil draws with Morocco 1-1. That was an embarrassing performance by Brazil. They should have beaten Morocco. They had a lot of chances. They just didn't play well that game. They left a lot on the field, and I feel like that might turn. I don't think that they're going to get grouped, but they are not looking like you would want them to look for a team that's supposed to be a favorite or one of the favorites for the World Cup. And then Scotland plays Haiti. Haiti's not anything spectacular, right? They're a very, very modest CONCACAF team, and they get a 1-0 win. So if you look at all the games, and there's been 7 games played so far, the United States has had the best performance of any team in the 2026 World Cup. It's not really even close. A lot of underwhelming performances, a lot of draws, and just low scoring games. There's not been a team that scored 3 goals so far in the 7 games outside the United States. They scored 4. The higher goal scorers are Mexico and South Korea are the only other teams that scored multiple goals in the game. So we'll see what Turkey and Australia can do. But I'm curious what you guys think the score is going to be of this game. Let's see. I think it's going to be 2-0 Turkey. Let's see. Well, Mata says 2-0 Turkey. Blindside says 2-0 Turkey. 1-0 Turkey. 9 p.m. in Vancouver. It is 9 p.m. on the East Coast, so it's not completely late for the East or for the West Coasters. Excuse me. The best third place finisher qualify ruined these first games. So do you think that is like why certain teams aren't really pushing the envelope? Like, do you think that could be a reason? Do you think maybe that do you think these teams maybe are not having as much, I wouldn't say enthusiasm, but are they kind of being is the game's lackluster because there's not as much pressure now? Because there are third place teams that are going to make it out of the group stage. Brazil draw. Scotland are not going through, but they still just settled for it. That's true. Insane. They have a 9 p.m. kickoff at a World Cup. Insane. Well, I think they did a 9 p.m. kickoff because they didn't want to compete with the NBA finals, right? They want to compete with NBA finals, and they wanted the people in Australia to be able to watch the game. So I think that's why this is such a late kickoff match. And I'm trying to get a Australian channel to hop on with me to do a preview, but it's really hard to get a hold of some of these Australian content creators. I'm not gonna lie, I've reached out to a couple of them to see if they would hop on to do something with me, but it's very hard to get in touch with them. So we'll see if anything comes of that. Might be just doing an all USMNT preview for the game on Friday. But listen, I'm curious to see, and I haven't given my score prediction yet either. I think it's going to be an underwhelming game. Like, I think it's going to be a 1-0 win. I think Turkey wins 1-0. I don't think it's going to be a 2-0 win. I don't think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think Turkey gets a 1-0 win, and I think we come away unimpressed with both teams. I mean, maybe you could say you're impressed with Australia for only conceding one goal, but I think that Turkey is not going to look as good as what we think they're going to look like. And I was a little afraid of Turkey when we drew them, or when I found out they were in our group. But when we played them in our friendly, they kind of dismantled us before the Gold Cup. If you look back at that game, though, we had a lot of players that aren't on the team right now. It was a makeshift group, and we lost 2-1 in that match. But I do think that this team is much better, and there's a lot of there are, let's see, of that starting 11, I'm just looking at the Turkey group, the Turkey game from 2025, the Gold Cup warm-up, right? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in that lineup who did not start in the Paraguay game. 7 players for the USMNT did not start did not 7 players that started against Paraguay did not play in this game against Turkey a year ago. So that makes me feel a little better about it. And I think we have a good chance. Why did the Socceroos change Ryan to Beach? Let me look this up. I'm not sure. Matthew Ryan was dropped to the bench in favor of 22-year-old Patrick Beach for the Australia's opening match versus World Cup Türkiye. Yeah, Matthew Ryan, who's he play for? He plays in the La Liga, doesn't he? Doesn't he play for, is it Levante? Yeah, Levante. That's who he plays for, right? Yeah, I'm not sure why they dropped him. I mean, he's 34 years old. Maybe they just think the young guy is better. Now, there are some good young prospects for Turkey that apparently are desirable transfer targets. I saw that there's oh God, what's his name? Plays for the Rapids. Eric Harrington, right? Eric Harrington? Lucas Harrington plays for the Rapids, 18-year-old center back. Apparently, he's on the roster. The Rapids have a 22 million pound valuation on him. Lucas Harrington, 22 million. Think about that, 22 million price tag on a MLS center back who's 18 years old. And he just signed in MLS this year. So he's only played in MLS this is his first season. I'm pretty sure he was signed as a U22. And they have a price valuation of him for 22 million pounds, which is almost $30 million. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? But like I said, I think this game's going to be I think it's going to be a 1-0 result. And I'm curious to see how Turkey's starting 11 looks against a very defensive sounded team, because that's not the way we're going to play. We're going to obviously play more possession and we're going to try to attack them. And we're not going to play the traditional like bunker ball, US ball, hopefully get the 1-0 win or the 2-1 win or whatever. We're going to try to, we're going to try to go blow for blow with them. So I'm curious what they're going to look like against this bunker ball. And it looks like that they're going to play the three in the back, two wing backs, very similar formation to what we're playing and talking about Australia. They're playing a very similar formation to the United States in this match. And sorry, I haven't read any comments. As a Brazilian, I have to say that I don't know why anyone is surprised the results of Brazil versus Morocco. It's the number 6 versus number 7 on FIFA rankings for what it's worth. Yeah, but is Morocco really that good? I mean, I know that they won the AFCON, right? They did win the AFCON, if I'm not mistaken, or were they the runner-up? Let's see. If they didn't win the AFCON, they were definitely the runner-up. I think Senegal, they beat Senegal, right? Yeah, they beat Senegal for the AFCON championship or the AFCON final. They're very good, but I mean, Brazil is just so loaded, right? They're just such a good team. I think that's why people thought that they would probably be able to. That's why I think a lot of people thought they would be able to beat them handedly, right? And plus, they're used to. I mean, I don't really know what the climate is for Africa. I don't know how it compares to North America or South America, but I thought that they would probably be more equipped to Brazil and obviously Ancelotti and all, everything they have, the depth, the talent. I thought that they would be more equipped to probably win that game at least 2-1. But a draw, Morocco is good, but I think a lot of people would agree that Brazil's supposed to be better. Do you think that Morocco is the 7th best team in the world? Is that what you guys think? I think it's because the most games one team just sits deep and plays basically for a draw with the one chance to score, and it's not easy to break down those low blocks, which we did. I think we did a good job of that last night. Did you see the USMT got 15 million viewers as a report from Fox? I think it was actually closer to 16 million viewers. I did see that. That's great news for the country. That's great news for soccer in the United States. I'm happy that we got that many people that tuned in to watch that game. Hopefully, it's going to be more for the next game. Hopefully, there'll be more people tuned in, and there's a lot of excitement now for the USMNT. Hopefully, more people will tune in for that next game against Australia. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Guys, listen, I'm going to ask again. We got 38 people in here. It's a late night stream. It's a chill stream. It's 12 a.m. East Coast time. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Everyone in here, if you're watching with us, all I ask for you is just to hit the like button. Help us out. It helps the algorithm, gets more people in here. The party will grow. We'll have more people enjoying the game with us. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit our 15K by the end of the World Cup. We still have an entire month left. We got a lot of live streams. We got a lot of news, Major League Soccer news, big signings on the way, stuff you're not going to want to miss. So all we ask for you is to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and the little bell notification so you guys are always up to date on any of our videos and any of our live stream watch alongs. You get a notification when we go live. Nokian Yildiz will hurt Turkey today. Morocco will runner up. Brazil is a good on paper, but it has not clicked on the field yet. I agree with that. Morocco and Brazil are so far superior to Scotland and Haiti. Neither need to win it. That's true. That is true. That's a brutal group. That's a brutal group. But then again, maybe okay, we officially started here. Let's get this on. Here we go. Oh, so we kicked off already. They actually kicked off on time. Maybe it's because of I didn't even notice we kicked off on time. We're officially underway here. And I got a black screen, so I don't even see the game. What the hell is going on? Here we go. All right, let's see what Turkey can do. Let's see if they look good against Australia. This is our next opponent for the United States men's national team. Let's see what they can do. These are actually our next two opponents, but let's see what they can do. And I do think, guys, you got to think about this. The fact that the United States got that big, impressive win last night, both of these teams would like a result of some sort. Both of these teams would like a result of some sort. Turkey would love to win the group. Turkey would love to win the group. If you win the group, you're gonna have a better chance of getting a lesser quality opponent in the next round, in the round of 32. And they want to give the best chance possible to see what they can do. Oh, good cross. No one was there though. And this Australia team is scrappy. Like they remind me a lot of like an old classic USMNT team. Now, what if Australia were to win this game? That would be insane. Okay, little space, good run, good run. Didn't see him though. Morocco beat Spain and Portugal to finish fourth in 2022. Yeah, they were definitely very good in the 2022 World Cup. Goulart. Now this could get ugly. Now, if this gets ugly, I'd be very worried because then we're going to be comparing how the U.S. plays against Australia next match. Oh, deflected. Also, too, someone brought up a good point about them starting the 22-year-old goalkeeper, the inexperienced goalkeeper. That speaking of Australia, instead of the vet, I wonder how that's going to affect this. This is a big game for them. Is this game being played in Mexico? Where's this match being played at? I don't recognize the stadium. Where is this match being played at? Is this in New York as well as the earlier game was? No, this is in where is this game at? That's a dome. So maybe that's is this in maybe it's on the West Coast. Is this in Vancouver? The corner. Header goes off the is it gonna be another corner? BC Place. Okay, so it is in Vancouver. Okay. Irikunda looks so small. A little bit, right? Hi, Will. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm happy that everyone's here with us for a late night stream. By the way, very very thankful that you guys stopped by with us. Cross. Oof. Yeah, Patrick Beach. We'll see what he can do. The young 22-year-old goalkeeper. Deep cross. A little too far, but Turkey. Let's go out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in for Turkey. I find myself saying Turkey now. When I said I was going to call him Turkey, I'm calling him Turkey now. This looks really nice. This BC Place looks very nice since they put the grass in. It looks like a completely different stadium. It doesn't even look like the same place that the Whitecaps play. I wonder if Turkey is going to press them a lot in this game. Do you guys think that Australia is better than Turkey? Not Turkey, Paraguay. Who do you guys think the worst team? I mean, you could say Paraguay now because of the game against the US, but do you think Turkey is or I keep saying Turkey. Do you think Australia is a better team than Paraguay talent-wise? Because I feel like the last two matches between both group members is or all four group members in both games is very similar quality wise. So like we get to compare how much different this is or like the quality. Timothy Park says, Will, the United States was incredible last night. Never seen them play that well. That was the best game I've ever seen in my life for the United States. I'm not even joking. That was the best game I have ever seen by the United States. Oh, nice pass. A little too much on it, though. That was the best game I've ever seen. That was the most exciting United States game I've ever seen since I've been a fan. That was in the World Cup at least. That was the best game I've ever seen in my life as a U.S. men's national team fan. There's a lot of Australian fans at this match too. A lot of yellow. Australia always plays good at the World Cup too. Remember in 2014, Tim Cahill had some crazy goals for Australia. Oh, nice play there. Oof, too high, far left. Going to be a goal kick for Australia. They're looking lively though, but this is what we expected. We expected Turkey to have a bunch of the possession. That's what we're expecting. They're gonna have chances, and we're gonna see how Australia holds up through 60 minutes, or excuse me, 90 minutes. They may not be better talent wise, but they will not be as poor as Paraguay was last night. I'll be very curious to see how they do perform against Turkey. Individuals, no. As a team, yes, Australia plays better. Interesting. We'll see how they play. Decent chance here. Torre poked out of bounds. Could be a corner for Australia. I think they said he was benched, or maybe he is injured. That was the best USMT match I've seen since 1982. Interesting. Some people said the O2 game against Portugal was up there too. Australia is nothing but mediocre. They even lose Riley McGree to injury. Sutar is a decent, but I think he's coming back from a bad injury. All right, cross or corner for Australia into the hands of the keeper. Oh, Chilik. Oh, push down. Like no call. Wow. Looked like he got fouled. Torre was good for half a season in the championship. Not sure if he's good enough for the World Cup. Doesn't he play for does he play for the Wolves? I think he plays for Wolves, right? LA was unbelievable last night. Being in the stadium is almost indescribable. Oh, so you were at the game. Nice. Very nice. Championship looked too easy for Torre. Norwich. Okay, who's the one that plays for Wolves? Is it the young guy, 22-year-old? God, what's his name? There was another kid that plays in the championship. I think, or maybe they just got. I can't remember. He played for Wolves, though. Pretty sure there's another player that plays for Wolves that plays for Australia. So Turkey's best finish ever was third place in the 2002 World Cup, which ironically was the United States' best finish of all time. They finished eighth in the, or they will finish in the quarterfinals. They finished top 8 in the World Cup. We're only a couple days into the World Cup, and I'm already sick of the soccer versus football debate being posted online. I haven't seen that online, honestly. I've seen some stadium comparisons, but I haven't seen people directly comparing the sports or like what the name of what you call it. I haven't seen that. Well, the Knicks won the title, but nobody noticed. I mean, it wasn't a good. I mean, I think people will notice in New York City, but I do think that the World Cup being here does take a little bit of wind out of their sails and kind of, I don't want to say deflates the championship, but it doesn't help it, right? It obviously hurts a little bit. Thanks for the watch along. No problem. I appreciate everyone who's watching it late night with us. 12:10 on the East Coast. Are we hoping for a draw in this game? I mean, honestly, I would love for Australia to get a sneaky win out of this, because if they win, I think we'll beat them. And if we could get Turkey to lose a game, I think we're guaranteed to win the group. A draw wouldn't be bad, but I think a loss for Turkey would be much better. A draw is the best USA. You don't think that a loss for a Turkey loss would be the best result? Like I'm not really worried about Australia for the United States after what we saw last night. Bad giveaway by Australia. Agreed. Yeah, because I'm just thinking if Turkey, even if they get a draw, I mean, if Turkey beats us, they'll probably end up winning the group because they're going to beat Paraguay. So if they get a draw out of this game, they beat Paraguay, that's 4 points. If they beat us, they'll have 7. And even if we beat Australia, we'll only have 6 if we lose to Turkey. So I think we really need Australia to lose this to win this game. I think Australia winning this game would be big for the United States. A little bit of space out wide. I'm just wondering if Australia's going to have any real chance. Oh, beautiful pass. Beautiful pass. Oh my God, what a terrible cross. Too much on it. Terrible cross. What a beautiful through ball that was, though. Great opportunity, but poor cross. Another cross. Can't get enough on it. Socceroos working hard and are in good defensive shape. Can never blame them for slacking out. They play a lot like we used to play, and it was brought to my attention, and I looked this up. And it's true. I feel like Australia always do really well in the World Cups. They always perform well. Who has a good pass or good look, but maybe a little too weak actually. Australia want to humble us, the fans, and goalkeeper Matt Ryan talking a lot. Well, Matt Ryan got benched though, so like he just got a little deflated. It would take a miracle for Australia to win this game, but a draw is possible. Maybe, but hey, listen, miracles have happened so far in this World Cup. This World Cup's been very crazy so far with the results. I mean, I think it's been crazy so far. Berhalter in Europe soon could be a good player next World. I think he's about to sign with Derby. Cross too much on it, out of bounds. Gonna be a goal kick for Australia. I was not expecting such a late watch party. The Brazil versus Morocco match was good. It was good, actually. It was good. I thought Brazil was going to win, but it was good. How many matches has Infantino been to now? Is this like his 4th match? I'm surprised he wasn't at the Brazil game. Or was he at the Brazil game? Did I see him at the... Was he at the Brazil? Maybe he was at the Brazil game. He was at the U.S. game, and he was at the Mexico versus South Africa game, obviously. So I think he's been to like 4 games so far. Oh, too much on that pass. Oh, can he get to it? Oh, he can. He saves it. Oh, great effort there. Look at the pace. Man, this Australia team is playing very hard so far. 14 minutes in. Maybe Paraguay will finish 4th. I think that's possible too. Aussies could score from a corner. Maybe Sutar is really dangerous in set pieces. I wonder why Socceroos are in the Asian region and New Zealand is in the Oceania. That's a good question. I'm not sure. Didn't see him in the Brazil match or at the Brazil match. Maybe he didn't go. I thought maybe he would go to that game because it was in New York City, but maybe he avoided it because of the NBA finals and all that. Maybe he didn't want to go to New York City. So 15 minutes in, who do you guys think looks better between the two teams? Who do you think, Australia, or do you think Turkey's looking better 15 minutes in? Who are you most impressed with? Qualification in the Oceania was not a guaranteed before the World Cup expansion, and Oceania quality is poor. That's probably true. USA a dark horse. I think they are. I think the United States are a legit dark horse. Oh, good pass. Can Torre get to it? He can. He's wanting someone to come through. They poke it away. It's gonna be a throw in for Australia. It looks like 50-50 so far. It's not fair to the rest of Oceania. That might be true. 70-30 Turkey. So you think they look that much better? Correct Oceania being poor. You think Poach watching this or making may make starting lineup changes? I don't really think he's gonna make it. I don't really know what starting lineup changes he would make based off this. Like what would he do? I think he'll probably rock the same exact starting 11 for the most part. See what the whistle's about. Are they looking at something? No, I guess they just want to re-kick for the arm coach in me says the USMT keep the same lineup. I think the only changes they would make is Pulisic if he can't go, but that's it. All right, it's getting chippy already. But Pulisic is the only one that I think that the only change that could happen just because of him being injured. But I think that I mean, if it's not broke, why fix it? I think it'll be the same starting 11 for the most part. But I could see a scenario where Pulisic doesn't play, but maybe he muscles through and does play. But I could see a situation where he doesn't. They rest him for a game. Decent ball. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. Good touch. Alu. Oof. Too much on it. Far right. A little high. Goal kick, Australia. Eric, how's it going, my friend? Late night stream. 12:20 on the East Coast. What a touch, by the way. Beautiful touch. I'm gonna wait to ask the question I'm thinking right now until halftime because it's still too early. But it's a USMNT question. But I'm gonna wait until after the Torre. Oh, looks like it's gonna be another goal kick for Turkey. Torre's got some good qualities and pace and size and but it looks like he's not very polished in the final third. Technically, he looks a little sloppy with his feet. Plus, definitely playing at least until they secure a result in halftime. I mean, I hope so. I hope he plays, but I have some reservations about them maybe resting him based on the first game result that they might try to save him for the Turkey game. Good news is he gets a week off, or he don't have to play for an entire 7 days. So he don't have to. It's not a quick turnaround tournament, right? Socceroos are in danger of falling too deep in their low block. Kalanu and Goler can punish from outside the box. I agree with that. What was his injury? It's like a calf injury. I think they said he actually didn't hurt it in the game. He actually hurt it in practice, and he just re-aggravated it during the match. So they're not really sure what's going to happen with him and how long he's going to be out. I mean, they say he's going to play, but I don't know the severity of the injury. I think he's going to play through it, but I just worry about him making it worse. But hey, 21 minutes in, it's still nil nil. 21 minutes in, it's still nil nil. If we had more teams in the World Cup in the future, something like 9 days between matches. I mean that only problem with that is if they did that. I mean, God, how long would the tournament be? Like 2 months? That's the only thing. It generally seems refs are very much in control in all the games so far. That definitely feels like the case for sure. There's been some crazy refing. The funniest thing I've seen was the South African player at the ref in that game where he was like staring at him, waiting for him. Like I don't think he genuinely understood what the ref was saying. I didn't even really understand what he was saying. So he's like kind of looking at him, waiting for what he's going to say, and then he just says red card. Hydration break 20. This is like an early hydration break, 22 minutes in. The last one was like 20. Maybe they wait till like a dead ball at that certain point, but I think the other hydration breaks were like 27 minutes in. 27 minutes in. Obviously, this is the commercial break, not the hydration break, but it is what it is. So hyped about the USMT. Everybody has hate watching it or was hate watching us on Twitter. I love it. Love being the villain. Yildiz missing looks huge. No 1v1 quality on the wing to collapse the low block. Yeah. Let me see if I can find what the injury was on him. Let's see. Keenan Yildiz. Let's see. Let's see if we can find. Minor calf strain, lingering knee inflammation. So that they're just being cautious with him, I guess. They just I guess he's very they're being cautious. They don't want to push him too hard and further aggravate his injury, is what I'm gathering. I guess that's what it is. It's just they don't want to aggravate the injury any further. But I assume he'd be back for the I would assume he would be back for the USMNT match. Telemundo does not have commercials, by the way. Yeah, I think I don't know if I get Telemundo though. Let me see. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Do I get Telemundo? Oh, I do get Telemundo. Nice. I don't speak Spanish though, so I can't really, that's the only thing for me is that I don't speak Spanish, so I'm gonna have to learn. 9 pounds? You mean nine points? Fox needs to make that money. That's true. Hydration break brought to you by the latest commercial, 100%. They already made the tournament longer, probably not going to expand anytime soon. They have a 6-day break now. Previously, they would only have 3 to 4. Wonder how that's going to play out too. I don't think Will's wife would be happy if it was a 2 month long tournament. Yeah, she's not even happy that it's a 1 month long tournament, to be honest with you. But we keep moving forward. That's funny though. We got 64 people in here right now. It's 12:25, almost 25 minutes in. Appreciate you guys hopping in and watching this late game with us at night. I'll say this though, so far, nothing really scares me with either one of these teams so far. But then again, these teams are better than Paraguay. I understand that, but I'm not seeing anything that really. I mean, I feel like we can play very well against either one of these opponents. But we'll see. We'll see how the game progresses. We'll see what happens. It's still very early. There's going to be what is there 65 minutes left in this game plus added time. It is a slow start so far. I'm telling you, besides the United States game, and maybe that's been a helpful thing for us, like as far as excitement. But this has been it was a bad giveaway by Australia. Oh, good pass. But outside of the United States game, every game has been kind of like lackluster, not a lot of scoring. Cross. Oh, good save. Good save. Very good save by the young goalkeeper, the 22-year-old getting his first World Cup start. I think the score is going to be good play by Tor. Is it Oh! Australia! Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's what we need. That's what we need for that's what we need. The US Australia strikes first. I told you Turkey might be frauds. I'm telling you. Yo, baby, let's go. Let's go. Hey, this Australia game actually might be kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie to you. Might be a little scary. I ain't gonna lie to you. Turkey might finish. Hey, listen. Australia. Wow. What a play. Who is it that scored? I think that guy might be the guy from Wolves. What a beautiful play, though. Beautiful play. Beautiful play by Australia so far. Beautiful play by Australia so far. Up 1-0. And remember, my prediction was, I think I said a 1-0 Turkey, which I'm obviously already wrong. But I said Australia, if they can beat Turkey, that is the best result for the United States. We want Turkey to lose, guys. We want Turkey to lose because they are the best. They are the team with the best chance of finishing at the top of the table. That's just a fact. They are the team that has the best chance of finishing at the top of the table. And if you want the United States to finish at the top of the table, you want Turkey to lose tonight. You want Turkey to lose tonight. What a game so far, guys. Hell yeah. Turkey. Hey, pressure's on Turkey. This is the perfect start for Australia. Perfect start for Australia. Why do you think we need a draw? I don't understand why we would need a draw. I'm not afraid of Australia. I think the United States are better than Australia. I think Turkey, talent-wise, are the only team that can really compete with us. And if they lose a game, that puts them in a very bad disadvantage. Because, I'll explain this again. Okay, if Turkey lose, they have 0 points. Obviously, they will beat Paraguay. They'll have 3 points. Okay, they'll have 3 points. What if we lose to Turkey? Right? Let me think about that for a second. There was a point I had with this. Let me just think about this. We want Turkey to lose because if they lose to Australia, they have 0 points. We have 3 points already, right? If we beat Australia, we'll have 6 points, right? We'll have 6 points and they will have 0. We would want it to be a tie. I think if it's a tie, is there a tiebreaker if you beat them, or does it go on goal difference? Either way, I think you'd want Turkey to lose because you don't want them to have an extra point. If they have an extra point and they beat us and they beat, that's what I was going to say. If they beat us and if they beat Paraguay, they would have 7 points to our 6 points, right? So we don't want them to win. That's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry, I was messing it up there. I'm just I'm in the moment here, but we don't want them to have 7 points. Oh, off the post! Oh my God, that was so close. Hi, Will. I'm still happy because your victory over Paraguay. Patinade is smiling in the heaven. Yes, he is. Oh my God, this might be a banger, guys. Go Aussie. Steve Irwin says go Aussie. It's funny. Turkey is only more dangerous for the United States because they are going to have 10 men behind the wall and attempt to hit the transition. My pick is making money. Come on, Aussies. Is this game good or should I go to sleep? Have to work more. I think it's been pretty good so far, honestly. I mean, it's starting to ramp up, and because Australia scored first, the pressure's on Turkey. Turkey cannot afford to lose this game. Remember the World Cup once every 4 years, work is every day. That's true. That's a great way to live life. That's a great perspective. That's a great perspective on this. World Cups every 4 years. I'll tune in until halftime at least. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think Turkey has a good chance of responding, but Australia just punched him in the mouth. They started shooting from outside the box now. Aussies have to step up from the low block. That's true. Might bet fiver on scoring. He's on some penalties. Might not be a bad one. Feels like hydration break is just that's true. It is. It is. That's exactly what it is. Turkey was not high scoring team in the playoffs. Two times a 1-0 win. So they had a 1-0 win two times. They needed to start Lazar Beam so that they could guarantee the win. Is this Turkey team the same Turkey team that played the friendly against the United States last year, or have they changed a lot? I think it's pretty much the same, but the United States team is different than when they played Turkey in last year before the Gold Cup. So that's the main difference. That's the main difference between these two games or between these two teams. This has been good so far, though, guys. This has been very entertaining for me, at least. I don't know about you guys, but I'm enjoying this. Since the World Cup is in my time zone, I will see the vast majority of matches. I've watched every game except I didn't watch the Scotland game completely because I was watching the NBA Finals, and that's the only game I really haven't watched. That's the only game I haven't watched, honestly. Oof. I'm telling you, Australia's playing like that classic USMNT teams. I heard. Uh oh. Ooh, could have been a dangerous deflection. I heard there's no ad breaks during the hydration break on Telemundo and Peacock. That is true. I can confirm that is true. The It's Just Paraguay crowd told me Turkey is the real test. I hope they don't move the goalpost again. Now they're gonna say Australia is the real test. And then if we beat Australia, then they'll say that our group is bad. They're just gonna say our group's bad. Oof. Yo, what if Australia scored two? Torre trying to make. Can't get around. Ericunda could be a problem for the USMNT defense. Maybe. I mean, I do think that he'll be better than maybe what we saw against that was Watford. That's who he played for, not Wolves. He played for Watford. Yeah, Aaron Kunda. That's who he played for Watford. But I do think that there's a chance that he could do better against us than what we saw and Cesso do and Miguel Amiron and some of these players for Paraguay. But that's what we're gonna have to listen. If Eric Kunda is the guy that's going to break us, then we were screwed anyway. Think about that. If he's breaking us down, and I respect him, I think he's a good player. But if he was the guy who broke us down and is the reason why we had a collapse or got exposed, we were screwed anyway. Like we were gonna get absolutely embarrassed by. Oh, okay, all right. It's got to be a yellow, right? Just spun him around. Aaron Kunda just spun him around, but we were gonna lose anyway. If Australia wins the group, it's bad. That's true. You think Paraguay can beat either of the both of these teams? I think they could beat one of these teams. I doubt that Paraguay is going to have 0 points. Cross, dangerous spot, too wide, out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick. We beat Turkey, and they're going to say Turkey isn't France. That's what I'm saying. The goalposts definitely are moved, but or if we win the group and someone else loses, they're going to say that the group isn't good. USA had a great team since the last World Cup. It's just injuries and mental side of this hold them back. They need to pretend that they're playing Mexico every game and they'll get far. Well, they don't need to take the opponent lightly either, though. I think coaching was the biggest deal, and striker. Those two things have been solved. Goalkeeper still might be an issue. Center back might be an issue outside of Richards, but I feel very good about the team right now. Better than maybe I've ever felt. All right, let's see what they can do. Australia, too much on that cross. Way too much on that cross. Out of bounds. Gonna be a goal kick for Turkey. 37 minutes in, Australia is up 1-0 over Turkey. Who would have thought that? I think this is indeed the best result for the United States. A win versus Aussie and Turkey win next round. US qualify first, even with a draw against Turkey. That's a good point. That's what I'm saying. Even if they need Turkey to lose this game, guys. I'm just telling you, they need them to lose this game. If Australia beats us, we were screwed anyway. Like, that's the thing. We were screwed anyway. Like, we don't need that last game to come to Turkey. Like, we don't need that to be the deciding game. It's a good pass. Oh, what a beautiful pass. Oh, just a little too much on it. Great vision, though. Great run. I think the United States have enough from Freeman and Des to handle Irankunda. Yeah, Alex Freeman has looked so good. And my buddy Adam, he called him Marcus Freeman accidentally last night. I didn't correct him though. He was cooking. I didn't want to kill the momentum, so I let him cook. But he called poor Alex Freeman Marcus Freeman yesterday. So I didn't have the heart to correct him at the moment. But Alex Freeman is definitely playing very, very well, playing the best ball of his life. Oh, no call. Aaron Kuna with some space. Torre in front of him. God, look at the pace. Plays out wide, bad pass. No one's there. Can I get to it? Oh, good challenge. Who's off of last? Australia ball, throw in. People have been glazing Turkey like they've done anything. They went to war with Kosovo. Oh, man. That's funny. Throw in for Australia. Oh, danger spot. You shoot it. Oh, too much. Way too much. Skyrocket. Hello, SSB says hello to you too, guys. 86 people in the chat on a midnight stream. Appreciate that. If you guys don't mind, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. We got 39 likes. Half the people watching right now have not hit that like button. Can we get 100 like midnight stream? That would be incredible if we did that. I don't know if it's possible, but that would be incredible. All we ask is you guys hit that like button down below and help us out. Hit that subscribe button. We got another watch along coming up. We got a couple more watch alongs coming up. You guys won't want to miss. I'm enjoying the company with you guys and having a good time. All we ask you guys hit the like and subscribe button. Oof. I'll probably end up doing some knockout games too when we get to it, because why not, right? I'm just doing this because of group stage. I'm doing MLS players that play on a national team. I'm doing our group stage games, like any team in our group stage. And then obviously United States. Like that's my core games right now. But I think once we start getting further into the tournament, I'll probably do more. I'll do some more games. William Maris says, let's support our friend Will. He's doing a great job. I appreciate that, William. I really appreciate that. I have a question or a suspicion that Gio Reyna is a bad teammate off the pitch because that dude is a beast on the field. Thoughts? I just think he's immature, and I think he's figuring things out. And I do believe that he is a talented player. And I think that he is worth having on the 26-man roster. And there might be some stuff, like that's what I'm alluding to. There might be some stuff, but I think that it might just be immaturity. I'm surprised how Australia is playing. I thought that the Aussie was not that great. That's what a lot of people were saying, but man, maybe we underestimate him. I'm hoping, I mentioned this, I hope we can get an Australian channel on it to preview this game, because I would be very, very interested to see what they say about this game. Anyone following the beef between Mike Grella, CBS Sports Colosso, and the Aussies? I saw them tweeting about Mike Grella. Mike Grella is more relevant now than he was when he played for the Red Bulls, which is so funny. He's got more notoriety with this beef with the Socceroos than he does when he was a player. Oh, too much far left. Goal kick. The first 3 days show us the classic tournament ball, play ugly and simple, make it as hard for the opponent to break down, counter a few times, score from a set piece. Yeah, and if you remember, that's really how it was in the Club World Cup. A lot of these European teams played like that. They got scrappy wins, and then the Brazilian teams are the ones who shined early on. And then after that happened, after the group stage, they really started to turn it on. Except for the Saudi team, the one Saudi team that beat Manchester City was pretty crazy. I'm American. This is my first time turning into soccer, and I'm hooked. I love it. I'm glad that you're watching it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. We welcome all you guys who are new to the sport with open arms. We're very thankful for everyone who finds the beautiful game. Love it. All are welcome. We need you all. Am I the only one who was thinking what could Diego Luna have done against Paraguay? Yes. No offense. Yes, you probably were, honestly. Oh my God, what a bad pass. So many. Oh, they had the advantage. Not that I want them to win anyways, but they had the advantage. That was just such a poor play. Bad pass. You think Turkey is going to win? South Meat says Turkey is going to win. We'll see. Luna does not move me at all. I'm sorry. His stock has really tanked the last couple months. First time getting into the game. That's awesome. I love it. Hey, listen, if any of you guys are new to soccer, let me know. Like, I'd be very curious to see how many new people there are to watching soccer, because that's awesome that you guys are new and giving it a chance and enjoying it. Everyone has to start somewhere, guys. So that's what I say. You won't hear me judge anyone who gets into the game. Gotta start somewhere. ESPN Australia interviewed the American dude that runs the English Galatasaray YouTube channel. Dude is from Tennessee and his wife's from Turkey. Really? Who is that? Is there actually a guy? Dude, I'm from Tennessee. Can you tell me what his can you try to find me his channel? That would be cool if you guys could find me. If you could find me his channel, that would be Aji. That'd be awesome, man. Will you try to let me know what it is? Because I'm also from Tennessee. The best sport in the world, in my opinion. Um, it's I really love American football, but man, I love soccer. I mean, it's kind of like my job. I love it. Iracunda cuts right. Oh, powerful shot right to the goalkeeper's hands, though. New member of the channel, Dervin Fuentes. Appreciate that for becoming a member of the channel. Thank you for the support. Keenan Yildiz will enter into the game in the second half. Forvets will be entering in the game as well. I thought he wasn't playing at all. Have any of you guys filled out a bracket? Like, I think there's bracket fill outs for this too, right? 4 minutes of ad time, by the way. 4 minutes of ad time. I gotta find this Turkish YouTuber. Galatasaray fan, Tennessee. Man, you got me tripping now. Who is this Galatasaray fan in who is this guy? What's his YouTube channel? The Galatasaray show. Okay, I found him, I think. 4 minutes of ad time, guys. I'm gonna message this guy too. All right, message this guy. This supposed Tennessee guy. We'll see if he's. I'll message him. We'll see. New member, Dervin says, Loki, I think Balogun could work in Hansi Flick's system at Barca. Imagine Jamal, Pedri, and passing in balls in behind. Look, if he does as well as he has been doing at the World Cup, he is definitely going to get a move. I would think from Monaco to I don't know exactly what his ceiling would be or like what team he would exactly go to, but he's going to have no shortage of options if he plays well. We know, guys, that the World Cup bump is a real thing. We know Enzo Fernandez in 2022. We know James Rodriguez in 2014. I'm sure there's someone in 2018. I can't remember. I was so upset because we didn't make it. I try to forget the 2018 World Cup, but there has been so many players that boost their stock incredibly at the World Cup. So I would not be surprised if Balogun, because he has a good World Cup, or if he does have a good World Cup or continues to, that he will increase his stock in this tournament. When I first started watching playing soccer, it was hard to access. I would listen to segments of soccer on BBC World Service, shortwave radio. I could watch the World Cup on ESPN. It's everywhere now. Like you can watch any league you want. I remember when I was in college, it was harder to find certain games too, like La Liga games. But now it's all on ESPN or Paramount Plus, or there's just a lot of accessibility to games, and it's amazing. The World Cup obviously was the one thing that was accessible, but can you do a play-by-play on what's going on in the game? Yes. Okay. So Turkey's got it in the final third. It's 1-0, 1 minute left. Oh, danger spot. Oh, nice play. Oh, deflected. Australia's boots out of bounds. Going to be a throw in for Turkey in their final third. Dangerous chance there for Turkey. Very dangerous chance for Turkey. We got 40 seconds left before the half. Crosses it in the box or outside the box. Tries to play it into the box, and Australia just clears it out. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be another throw in for Turkey. I watched many people say Turkey was going to be atop the group and Australia was going to be last. Well, they were wrong. They were wrong. I didn't think Australia. I don't think Australia had them at the end of the bottom of the group, but I think I had them like in third place, which maybe still could happen. Who knows? Maybe the U.S. and Turkey are the two, or U.S. and Australia are the two teams at the top of the table. Who knows? Turkey trying to get inside the box. Almost lose possession. Lose possession is going to be a goal kick for Australia. And that's the end of the first half. That's in the first half. 45 minutes in the books. Australia are down or up. Excuse me. Australia are up. I get getting the order confused. Australia is up 1-0 over Turkey after 45 minutes, guys. What an impressive showing for Turkey or against Turkey by Australia. The Socceroos have been very gritty and have played a very tough first 45 minutes, and they have been rewarded with a 1-0 lead they have earned in this match. Does Paraguay beat Australia or Turkey? We'll save that. But listen, if you guys are new, every time we do a halftime show, I always ask you guys how you would rate the performance by both teams in this game, 1 through 10, Turkey and Australia. I would like 1 through 10, 1 being bad, 10 being perfect, ratings for their first half performance in this game. And while you guys are letting me know that, I'm going to play a quick ad from our sponsor, FanDuel. 44 seconds. We'll be right back, and I'll give you guys my first half rankings for both these teams. But we'll be back in 44 seconds. Hey, everyone, quick word from our sponsor, FanDuel. If you're into soccer like I am, you already know how exciting La Liga, the Premier League, and MLS matches can get. With FanDuel, you can make it even more fun by placing bets on your favorite teams and matches across all 3 leagues. Whether it's a Premier League showdown, a La Liga thriller, or an MLS game with your local club, FanDuel makes it easy and exciting to bet on what you watch. Just remember, you have to be 21 years or older to play. Please bet responsibly and only if you're of legal age and in a state where it's allowed. Download the FanDuel app or head over to FanDuel.com, sign up, and get in on the action. Thanks for supporting the channel through FanDuel. All right, we're back. Appreciate you guys for sticking with us here. Okay, see what your guys' first half performance grades are for both of these teams. Baby Jaguar says Australia 7, Turkey A3. Timothy Park says Australia 8, Turkey A5. Angus says Turkey A3, Socceroos 7. Let's see, both 7 out of 10. So you would give you'd give Turkey a 7. Interesting. It's been a good game so far. Australia 8, Turkey A4. I think so far for me in the first half, I would give Australia an 8 just because they played their game and they played effectively. They got the early goal, which no, I don't know if anyone thought that was going to happen. They probably thought that would be maybe a 78th, 80th minute type thing, maybe on a set piece, maybe keep this game 0-0 most of the match and then try to get that late goal. But no, they scored early in the game. They scored, what was it? They scored 27 minutes in. I mean, I wouldn't call it super early, but they scored they scored in the 80th minute, right? So they get the 1-0 lead in the 27th minute by Aaron Kunda's goal. They're up 1-0. Turkey has got their back against the wall. Australia is in complete control of this game. And let's look at the stats. Let's look at the possession. So it's what we thought. Australia's had the possession of the ball 31% to Turkey's 69%. But Turkey has had 10 shots to 2 on target. Australia's had 4 shots, 2 on target. But Australia's had a better expected goal rate, 0.59 to 0.44. So they've had they haven't had as many shots, obviously 6 less, but they have had as many chances as Turkey has had, and Turkey just hasn't been able to deliver so far. And I think that Australia is probably playing the perfect 45 that we're talking realistic. We're not talking about dream scenarios. We're talking about like what they realistically could have done. I think that Australia played the best 45 minutes that they possibly could have played. And if you had told their coach that this is like, hey, this is what you're going to play this way for the first, you're going to the early goal, you're going to hold them scoreless in the first 45. The coach would be like, oh my God, I'll take that all day. Like, sign me up. I'll take that. So this is a perfect start, I think, for Australia. It's not a 10, right? It's not a 10, but this is a perfect start for Australia in this game. Perfect start, I think. Who do you think is going to win? I think Australia. We'll get to that at the end, or at the end of the first half breakdown or halftime report. We'll get to that. We always ask who you think is going to win, what the score prediction is going to be. Turkey gets hyped every other tournament only to underperform. That is true. Scotland was not good tonight, and I feel like England is going to have a stinker when they play. I feel like England always underperforms in World Cups, but we'll see what happens. Bobby says, I missed the first half. How has the game been so far? It's been very good, I think. It's more from a Australia perspective, but Turkey's had chances, they just haven't been able to convert them. Australia 8.5, Turkey 4.5. Turkey 8's offense is too predictable. They need to be more creative and get behind the Australian defense. I feel like they are being a little predictable. I think that they're just trying to beat them on talent and skill. They're not really trying to do anything too flashy or anything too crazy, right? They're not going to the drawing board. And I think that Australia kind of predicts what they're doing. They're like you said, being predictable. Like they're not hard to figure out, and I think they're countering them pretty well. And I just think that goal really caught Turkey off guard, and they just have not responded well so far. I believe Australia got a goal and defending well. Turkey is dominating but not scoring. That's why both get a 7 out of 10. Interesting. The coach has to make a big decision. Do you play Yildiz with his injury or not? I think you probably don't for now because they've looked good without him. And you want him to rest. Stay humble, Turkey. We're just not rugby players. I think it ends in a 1-1 tie. We'll talk about that in a second. I think Turkey have the talent to get at least one here. Güler has to step up and become the hero. We'll see if he does. What do you think of Güler so far? I think he's looked very underwhelming, honestly, so far. I mean, they talk about how he's the crown jewel prospect, obviously plays at Madrid, and they're saying that he's going to be the reason why Turkey could go further than they've ever went, and I just don't see it. I've been very underwhelmed with him so far in this game. I don't think he's been nearly as good. I think the best player in the first half, and you guys can let me know if you agree or disagree, but I think Aaron Kunda has been the best player in the first half. I think he's been dangerous. I think he's been explosive in the final third. He's given the back line for for Turkey issues, and I think that he's been the best player on the pitch so far through 45 minutes. And, with the way he played, I think he might be able to get maybe another goal, which who would have thought that? Who would have thought that that Australia could maybe score two against Turkey? But he's been my player at the first half. I don't know if you guys agree with that. Turkey doesn't realize Australia is more than just a cricket and rugby. How many people from the chat, just curious, how many people from the chat are watching from Australia right now? Like, do we have any Australian fans in the chat? Like, do we have anybody watching with us tonight from Australia? Just curious about that. Curious if we have any people from Australia watching the game with us tonight. Which would be cool if we do. That would be very, very interesting if we did have some people watching from Australia tonight. Aussie here. Appreciate that. That's awesome that you're watching from Australia. I really appreciate that. Yes. Nice. Okay, so two Aussies watching with us tonight. My uncle actually lives in Australia. My uncle lives in Melbourne. Maybe I will stay up all night and watch the Australian rules football during sunrise. I mean, I'm definitely staying up to watch the rest of this game. It'll probably end around 2 in the morning, and then I'll probably go to bed. Let's see. I'm a little worried now selling all these better football teams struggle for my German team later. Yeah, I listen, Germany, we'll see. We'll see what they do. Oh, hit the wrong button. My bad. My bad. Looks like the Paraguay was a layup of the group. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Listen, it's so early. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, there's still a second half, and there's still a second half, and anything can happen. I'm making a tweet real quick. I do think Turkey's overrated, and Australia is very underrated. I think we're gonna have a tougher time. We're gonna have a tougher time with the Aussies than we will with the than we will with Turkey. Maybe. All right. So after that first half, real quick, which team do you think the United States is going to struggle with most in their group stage? We already played Paraguay, but do you guys think that Australia is going to make it difficult on us? Because I'm a little worried now, honestly. Are you guys more worried about Australia? Or are you more worried about Turkey for the United States? Like, which team do you think is going to give the United States more trouble? Do you think Turkey is going to score? We'll talk about that in just a second. We're getting close to the second half predictions. Did you see the Chicago close to sign Lewandowski and Goretzka? Yeah, I did see it. I'm going to do a video on that on Monday with my friend Alex Calabrese, who covers the Chicago Fire. We're going to talk about the signings for the Chicago Fire and just talk about what it means for the team and how good they are. But guys, listen, before we get to our score predictions, I just want to say we're at 50 likes so far, almost 100 people watching this live, which is incredible for a 1 a.m. watch along. Hit the like button. We're at 50. We're halfway to 100. We're getting closer and closer. Half the people watching right now have not liked the stream and have not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys do both and help us out. We've got a lot of content on the way. We're going to have a watch along on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, definitely Friday. Several watch alongs. Hope to see all you guys return to watch them with us. It's going to be incredible. Very excited for the World Cup and enjoying it very much. Hope you guys are as well. Just make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, let's get the second half score predictions. Give me your guys' second half score predictions for this game. I'm very curious to see what you guys think the score line is going to be. It's currently 1-0 Anybody's game. What do you think the second half score line is going to be for the Australia versus Turkey match? 2-1 Australia. Love how people hate watching USMT making winning that much better. I agree. 2-1 Turkey wins. Ooh, 1-1. I think it'll end up 1-1 draw. Okay. 1-1. So a lot of people are saying 1-1. 1-1. 2-0 Australia. Okay. Quentin, are you from Australia? Let me know. Are you an Aussie? I mean, if you're not, I like the optimism. I like the optimism. And even if you are, I like the optimism. But I'm curious, are you an Socceroo or 1-1? Let's see, 1-1 or 2-1 Turkey. Ooh, that'd be brutal. Okay, Zill says 2-0 Aussie, Australia. 1-1 says humble. 2-1 Australia. That'd be nice. Turkey is if the game ends up with Australia win, Turkey would have to win to get that theoretically easier opponent next phase. Okay. My prediction for the second half is I think Australia is going to win 2-1. I think Turkey is going to score somewhere in the, probably the 50 to 60th minute, get everyone a scare, tie it up. It's going to look like it could be a 1-1 draw. And then Australia is going to find a late goal to take the lead and get the 3 points. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be like the 90th minute or added time, but I think that I do think that Australia is going to find a way to win this game. I just don't think Turkey has been. They have not been as invested or locked into this game as they need to be, and it just looks like Australia are on a mission. They look like they really want to win this game. So I think Australia is going to win it 2-1. I do think that Turkey is going to find one. They're gonna pull one back, but I think Australia gets the job done. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. If Aussies keep defending like they have in the second half, I think they will edge this out. I mean, they've been playing really well. They've been playing really well all around. Turkey will probably come back and get at least a point. We'll see. The second half's about to start here in a second. I am from Australia. I didn't think Australia would have a chance in this game, but they're frustrating Turkey. Australia won't go away. Hey, listen, all my Aussie viewers, let me know. I'm trying to get. I've reached out to two Australian channels to have on to preview the match. I've reached out to a guy named. Let's see. I reached out to a guy called the Lackey Talks Football. And then I reached out to another guy or another channel called Roundball Australia. Let me know if you guys have any other channels that cover the Australian national team that you guys would recommend. Just put them in the comment section. Let me know, and I'll try to reach out to them. But I'm trying to get someone on by Monday at least, and that way we can Monday on the United States. That way we could release on Tuesday morning for the United States, and then Tuesday night for Australian fans. So let me know if you guys know of any other. I did reach out to Lackey Talks Football. I haven't heard anything back from them, but let me know. Let me know if you know anyone else. Hey, and if you're watching him too, if you're listening to him too, tell him, say MLS Moves wants to do a collab with him. Say MLS Moves wants to do a USMNT preview with him. Hell, maybe I'll message him during this. Is he live right now on YouTube? Let's see. Let's see. The second half's underway, by the way. Second half is underway. For USM, I'm messaging right now. I messaged him right now. I just DM'd him in the chat. We'll see if he responds. We'll see if he responds. We'll see. Yildiz coming on. Interesting. We'll see if that makes any difference. Oh, into the keeper's hands. I'm watching his stream too to see if he responds. Oh, nice. Okay, he said he'll reach out to me. Cool. Appreciate it. Cool. He reached out to me. That's nice. All right, that's awesome. That worked out. Appreciate you telling me that he was live. I reached out to him. He said he's watched on my stuff before, so that's cool. Hopefully we can get something going with him, and we'll do a collab on a preview for this game. Yo, my friend said something so funny. I said Turkey looks very overrated and Australia looks underrated, right? I think we agree with that. Oh, dangerous chance. Oh, okay. Oh, bad pass. God, Turkey has not looked good in their passing in the final third. They have not been a lot of passes behind, low passes, bad crosses. There's just so much, a lot of underwhelming passing by, okay, Torre. God, he's got the pace. Oh, man, he's got him on the flank. Left side, left side. Oh my God, Eric, he was wide open. Eric Huda was wide open. Oh my God. Oh, missed chance there. It could have been 2-0. Oh man. Oh my God. Look how much space. Oh my God, he was wide. Why did he shoot that, man? Why did he shoot that? Who is the best American player in Major League Soccer? Oh my God. Who is the best player in Major League Soccer? It's American. Not a lot of good ones, honestly. It's very dry pool right now for, I mean, maybe Gozo or Julian Hall are playing the best like Americans right now. That'd be my pick. Oh my God, he kicked it. Oh, that was a whiff. That was a whiff. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right. Yildiz had a calf injury at the end of May. I think he is not 100%. We'll see if we'll see how he plays. I'm surprised that they brought him in. I guess they're desperate. They got to get a result. They're down 1-0. Aussies are playing like their life depends on it, so I think they will win. I do think they have a good chance of they have a good chance winning. I predicted them to win. I think 2-1. Even if they were to pull one back. Speaking of Turkey, I do think that Australia will find a way to show some resilience and get another one. Tillman. Is Ireland in the World Cup? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, they're not. They haven't been in the World Cup since like 2000, 2002. Oh, danger spot. Oh, oh, deflected. Oh, deflected. Is that going to be a corner? It's going to be a corner for Turkey. Nerves are high. Do you like Turkey in this one? No, I don't. I think they're going to lose. Match will end 1-1. I mean, if it did, I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see. Nestri Irakunda is insane. He is good, and he came from Bayern to Watford. I think his price tag is like 20 million. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, well, there was a lot of movement on that cross. Oh, bad miss hit. Yeah, Turkey does not look good, guys. I'm not afraid of Turkey. If this Turkey team looks very underwhelming. Who is Haiti's next opponent? Is it Argentina? It's Argentina, maybe. No, not Argentina. No, Brazil, maybe. Let me see. Oh, danger spot. Oh, no one's there. Oh, they're able to recover it. Yeah, Brazil. They play Brazil on Friday, and they play Morocco last. Game's gone up 1. Who's these people watching? I'm watching the Spanish broadcast. Who's watching the game? Are these Australian Pop stars. Who were they showing in the stands? All my Aussies. Who were they showing in the stands? Who do you like winning the World Cup? I probably Spain, but I think the United States. I think they're a dark horse. Like I don't think they're going to win it, but I think they are a dark horse for sure. Who's that? I have no idea. 52nd minute foul called on Turkey. Going to be a free kick for Australia. Play it deep to Torre. Can he get to it? He can. God, Turkey is just like caught sleeping tonight. Pass. Oh, it's Irkunda. Not can't get a good touch on it. Cross blocked by the Turkey player. Going to be another corner for, or going to be a corner for Australia. Oh, what a save! Almost took the 2-0 lead. Bad cross. Man, Turkey might be frauds. But by the way, this is like a. I don't want to put down Australia's play though. They've been balling out. Like this is. Oh, he tried the bicycle. This is not a slight at Australia. This is like Turkey being frauds and Australia being legit. How tall is Irkunda, by the way? He looks super short. He looks like he's 5'5". How tall is this guy? He's stocky, but how tall is he? Why do you got on Germany? Who you got in the Germany? Oh, come on. Germany for sure. Germany for sure. Give us a France, Spain, Portugal, Argentina. Like final, semifinals? Why not? It's not impossible, difficult, maybe not possible. Go USA. Berto, it's good to see you, my friend. I think Iran will win the World Cup. I mean, that'd be something, right? Someone from Neighbors TV show. It's always someone from Neighbors. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Torre deflected off the Turkey player, but they're going to call it a foul on someone. And by the way, I'm watching on Telemundo now, so it's in. Oh my god, that was such a good save. Torre almost had that. Did he get a touch on it? Maybe he didn't even get a touch on it. Why are they showing the replay again when they're playing? U.S. smoking all of them. They underestimate Australia. Even the players said it was going to be easy. Really? Australia said this game was going to be easy? I like the confidence if that's true. If they said that, that's awesome. Found a dangerous spot for Turkey. Found a very dangerous spot for Turkey. All right, let's see what they can do in the free kick. See if the Madrid man can do anything with this. Oh, good save. Oh, the rebound. Danger spot. Oh. What about the goalkeeper? Is he calling for a handball? They call for a handball? This young keeper though's balling out. Corner. No one can get to it. Oof. Rebound, dangerous spot, but they booted over the post. Going to be a goal kick for Australia. VAR. I look like maybe they were calling for a handball. Guler or Kala to score all the set piece. Then Turkey players were saying it was going to be. They were going to say it was going to be easy. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's funny. No, Turkey did. Okay. Only countries from Europe and South America have won a World Cup. Which country continent do you think will break that record? CONCACAF. Socceroos look like they're scoring a second. I think they do. I don't think they look very good. Talking about Turkey, they look very overrated. They look very flawed. They look very flawed. 59 minutes in, still 1-0. I think Turkey might or Australia might end up winning this game like 2-0. I think there's a chance they could win this 2-0. I can see Japan being a strong contender. I'll be curious to see how they play. Ivory Coast and Senegal, Morocco could win it. I think they could go to the final first, though. That is crazy that an African team has never won the World Cup. That is actually kind of crazy to think about. Will the USMNT do something similar to them like Paraguay? I don't know anymore, honestly. If they do, if with as well as Australia played tonight, if the United States do anything to them like they did Paraguay, then the United States legit might be a World Cup contending team. Like they legit might be a World Cup winning contending team. That's going to be a big test. It's got because Australia has played so well tonight. It actually has me very excited for that game. I hope we're motivated. Oh, danger spot. Keeper able to save it. Africa did have players in Europe until the 1980s, really. So only do they have teams with everyone in Europe. Plus, also too, I think the thing that hurts Africa is that a lot of some of these families have immigrated to countries in Europe. Like, there's a lot of players who play for France who could have played for some teams in Africa, lineage wise, right? Because their parents are from there, but they choose to play for France, and that's why France is just so good. So a lot of the talent is ended up playing for certain uh, countries in Europe because their parents immigrated there. So I think that also, and Eric Kunda looks like he's coming out. But I think that also could affect the uh, some of these African teams. I had Japan being a dark horse, but waiting to see how they play. Depending on how it goes, dark horse would be definitely be the United States. Do you think Japan or South Korea will win a World Cup before the United States? Probably not. But that's not a slight to say that they couldn't. But that's like closer than not. Like I think it's close. Oh, oof! Keeper able to save it. 61st minute, 1-0. Australia up over Turkey. Turkey looking very, very, very vulnerable in this match. It's a good pass out wide. Left side, Turkey dribbling through. Lays it off. Top of the key. Ooh, deflected. God, they look like they're just sleepwalking like crazy. Turkey is not impressive at all. I think Japan could. I mean, I guess they could. They've really Tom what's his name? Tom he's a friends with Tack. They've done a lot of interviews with him about his help in developing Japanese soccer, but he's very instrumental in helping them in Japan. Australia has impressed. That defense will be hard to crack. Listen, all my Aussie viewers, I'm curious. I want to ask you guys, who's your club team? Like I followed the A League a little bit. The first time I really started was to follow the A League was when Alessandro Del Piero signed with Sydney FC. That's like the first time I'd heard of them, like or followed the Aussie League. And then when David Villa played for Melbourne City before he went to New York City, that's when I started to like keep an eye on them. So I'm curious to see like all my Aussie viewers right now. Who is your guys' favorite team in the Australian A League? And they've really implemented a similar structure to the MLS. Like they don't have. I forgot what I think you guys call them like your marquee players, if I'm not mistaken, and you have like two or three of them. I don't know if it's exactly the same thing as a designated player in Major League Soccer, but I know that the A League has implemented their structure very similar to Major League Soccer. So I'm curious, very curious to see who you guys like. What teams you support? No hate against Turkey, but soccer isn't really their strong suit. This has to be the only stream you've done without Mr. Dude. I know Mr. Mister. He's asleep. He's in the UK, so it's like 6 in the morning for him. He might pop in here like late. Yeah, he's sleeping right now. He was with us in the US stream last night that was super late. It was like 3 in the morning, so I can't be mad at him. By the way, that Australia game next week, I feel bad for the Aussies, man. That Australia game next week is gonna be like 5 in the morning for you guys. Oh, danger spot. No foul called. Oh, guys, where can I watch it for free? If anyone here watches the league, the Australian league, who are some of the best players that have played in that league? There's been some good players that have played in that league. I mean, what's his face? Uh, the Rapids kid is it Hendrickson? They just bought him at 18 years old. Oh, Harrington, yeah, Lucas Harrington, 18-year-old defender from played for Brisbane Roar. They bought him like $2 or $3 million, I think, and now they're asking 22 million pounds for him. Oh, dangerous spot. 102 people watch this live right now. We're at 60 likes, guys. We're 40 away. Can we get to 100 before the game? We got 25 minutes plus added time. Can we get to 100 likes before the end of the stream? Hit the like button if you haven't already. Help us out. Let's get to the 100 likes on the stream and get the subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 15,000 subscribers before the end of the World Cup. We're almost at 13,500, so we're getting closer and closer. Hit that subscribe button and like button if you haven't already. Help us out. We're growing like crazy, and we appreciate all the support you guys show us. World Cup is here, baby. World Cup is here. Can they pull one back? Do you think Turkey beats Paraguay based on what you've seen so far? I think that game could be like a draw, honestly. I think that could be a scrappy game where Turkey maybe underestimates them and Paraguay plays very motivated because of their embarrassing loss to the United States. And I think that game could be close. Toure. Oh my God, so much space. Oh, what a bad pass. He had him on the right side. Toure. Come on, man. Finally, some decent counter pressing from Turkey. They could get somewhere with this. We'll see. Oh, good drilling move. Oh. Out of bounds. Going to be goal kick. Australia. Man. Guys, I tell you what, I'm very happy that we end up doing this late stream. I'm actually very happy that we did this. I was a little nervous about it. I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know how this game was going to go. I thought maybe it could go a certain way. I was wrong, and it has been very entertaining, and I cannot complain. And we're at a hydration break, 67 minutes into this game. 67 minutes into this game, hydration break. Looks like someone's having cramps. Is that Toure that's down on the ground? Looks like Toure is getting stretched out. Maybe he's got some cramps. Hell, maybe they'll sub him out at the after this hydration break. I tell you what, this Turkey team though, they do not look like the same team that beat us before the Gold Cup. They look very vulnerable. I just don't think there's, and I was talking to some friends about this. I just don't think there's as many elite teams as there normally are in a World Cup. There's like maybe 4 or 5 elite teams that you would be fearful to play. But I feel like there's a lot of teams that are very similar or within a margin of being able to beat them, which makes this World Cup very interesting and unpredictable. So, I mean, if you were naming teams that you think have a great shot or that you would be afraid of playing in this World Cup, you would say Spain, you would say France, you would say Argentina, you would say probably Brazil, right? They didn't play well today, but they're talented. And then maybe a fifth would be Portugal, maybe. But like and I'm not taking shots at like any of the other countries, but I just don't think there's a lot of scary teams in this tournament. I think that the margin is within striking distance. I don't think that there's that big of a gap. Like I think the United States could beat a Germany. I think they could beat a Belgium. I think that they could beat they could beat a Morocco. They could beat a Portugal. They could beat some teams like that. But I don't know if they could beat Spain or France. I just think that might be a little bit too far fetched. But they're within they're within that margin where they could beat teams like that. Australia playing like this, they're beating Turkey. I don't think a lot of people thought they could beat Turkey. You know, if Australia plays like this, maybe they could sneak a win against a team like Belgium or Switzerland or someone like that. These teams don't, or maybe like a Colombia. These teams aren't very scary or potent like they are in years past. That's just my opinion. Maybe you guys disagree with me on that, but who are you rooting for overall? I mean, I got my stream or my camera changed a little bit, but I'm rooting for the United States. I'm a U.S. fan. Are you talking about in this game? I'm rooting for the United States to win the tournament, and then Germany's my second team, but I want Australia to win this game. This is good for the United States. Hit the like, MFers. Yes, hit the like. Let's see. We got 73 likes. We're 27 away from 100. So we're getting closer. We're 27 away from 100. We're trending in the right direction. I think we'll be close. Great match to end the day. Yeah, this is a good game. Paraguay don't stand a chance in this group. They might be in trouble. For me, so far, Morocco played the best football so far, more than the United States. I mean, I guess you could say that because of who they played, but I hate Herrenball so much. But the Evils already lost once. Arsenal, USA ain't beating a top 10 team, man. Come on. Hey, listen, they might be a top 10 team. You heard it here first. They might be a top 10 team. Don't let me live my dream. I don't see the USA beating Morocco. I didn't say they will, but I think they could because of the gap. I just don't think the gap is as significant as it normally is, but we'll see. See if the Aussies can hold on to this lead. It'd be devastating if they get up a goal late, though, to lose the points, but we'll see. Typical U.S. delusion. Dude, we've played the best game. Listen, I am the most honest person when it comes to the United States that there is. I'm very honest. I'm honest about the MLS. I'm honest about the United States. Nobody can tell me that what they saw last night is not like eye-opening for the United States of what they did. Like that was something they have never scored 3 goals in a game or 4 goals in a game ever in the World Cup. Ever. They've never scored 4 goals ever in the World Cup. They haven't had a guy score multiple goals in a game since 1930. Like, you can't tell me that wasn't a crazy win. They only beat Paraguay. They didn't only beat them, they destroyed them. How many minutes left until it's over? There's 18 minutes plus added time. Oh, danger spot. Oh, what a save. What a save by the 22-year-old goalkeeper. Great chance there by Türkiye, but great save by the goalkeeper. Against who, though? What are you talking about? Where can I see the match for... what non-winner of the World Cup will be the next World Cup winner? Probably Portugal would be the best chance, I would think, of all the teams. Türkiye taking risks now defending forward. There will be a goal in this for them or Australia. That's true. They're rolling the dice, right? Dual Mexican American fan. The U.S. games yesterday was insane. The best game I've seen the U.S. played in an official match. There you go. You heard it here. You heard it here from Felix. Yeah, I don't think the gap is big between the U.S. and Morocco. I think the home advantage, it can be very close. And listen, I think Morocco is a better team, but I think the United States could beat them if they're like the way they're playing right now. I think they could beat anyone. I think they could almost beat anyone. If they play like they did yesterday, they could beat anyone outside of maybe Spain and France. You guys call us delusional, but England fans are allowed to say it's coming home every year. They say that and this is no slight to my English friends because I love my English friends. I'm just giving you a hard time. They call the English fans the Dallas Cowboy of national team fans. Regardless of the outcome, we need to keep building out depth, specifically in the back line by 2030. We need to build solid at both. That's true. Portugal is what I thought too. I think Portugal's very good this year. I think they could win it. I really want to see Jamaica in the World Cup or other Caribbean teams. I wish that we would invest in Jamaica and help them have more players developed because they could be a powerhouse with they develop like world-class athletes. Here we go. Good chance here for Australia. Oh, they scored 2-0. My prediction's right. Oh, it's not right, but I said 2-1. But oh my God, Australia. Turkey is ass. What a goal by Australia. Oh my God. Turkey's frauds. Turkey are frauds. Oh my God, guys. This Australia United States game is gonna be awesome on Friday. It's gonna be incredible. Oh my God. Yep. Türkiye is officially on fraud watch, guys. Officially on fraud watch. Australia gets the 2-0 lead over Türkiye. Who predicted that? 2-0 win. Looks like it's going to be from Türkiye. And I was a little skeptical about him shooting that. I thought, man, he passed out wide. But Metcalf shoots it, scores, takes the 2-0 lead. Man, Türkiye shitting the bed. Golaroo, yo, Will, knows ball. Hey, Australia, man, they're looking good. Türkiye is getting deep fried. I've been saying this all along. Türkiye is overhyped. I can't believe that so many U.S. fans have been worried this group is a must-win for us. Well, I'll say this. I think Türkiye definitely is overrated, but man, Australia looks good. Australia is good. Remember who predicted that? This Aussie did. You did. Hey, listen, all my Aussie friends in the chat, you guys that predicted 2-0, you guys were right. Congratulations. I'm happy for you guys. Hell of a game for you guys. 2-0 win over Türkiye. Is this the biggest win for Australia in the World Cup all time? Is this the biggest win for Australia all time in the World Cup? I'm curious. Let me know. I don't know my Australia history too well. I remember Tim Cahill scored a crazy goal in 2014 at the Brazil World Cup, but I can't remember who it was against. But this has got to be one of the best games they've ever had. 2-win Australia versus US. Hey, listen, don't you dare put that evil on us. Don't you dare. We're allies tonight. They're calling for a handball. Call for a handball. What if that was a handball? Australia played Mexico in a friendly in Mexico and won, but many Aussie YouTubers thought that even though they lost, they created two very good chances. And as a Mexico fan as well, I disagree. I agree. Australia are terrible. Turkey deserve it. Australia definitely deserve this. Who predicted that? Only real footballers, not people from North America. What are you talking about? I said they were going to win. Oh, what a save by the. Oh my God, this goalkeeper's been balling out, man. No wonder Matt Ryan lost his job. Did you see that save? What a save, man. This 22-year-old goalkeeper getting the nod, right? I mean, that was a bold move by the coach. Tony Popovich, right? That was a bold move to start this 22-year-old goalkeeper. I think this is the first time he's ever played. Patrick Beach has ever played in a World Cup, and he's been balling out. The Melbourne City Football Group owned team. He's balling out. He's absolutely balling out. Love to see it, guys. Love to see it. What a game. So happy I stayed up for this. This game is crazy. Oof. I mean, Australia deserved the win. They do. This game is crazy. Even after 2 goals, the chat here calls Australia terrible. Goodbye. This chat is for sub. I didn't see who has called Australia terrible. I've literally not seen anybody call Australia terrible. Everybody's been congratulating them saying they're playing a good game. What are you talking about, dude? Hell, they might get a third one. Man, Turkey looking very, very bad right now. This USMNT Australia game might be like an instant classic. I'm not gonna lie. I think this USMNT versus Australia game could be a movie, though. I'm getting more excited about previewing this game. This is Turkey's golden generation too. Well, it's not looking too good right now. It's looking like the the bronze generation. Talk friendly, right? I'm Turkish. I'm going to respect to Australia because I lived in Australia for 1 year, and you guys are going to respect to Turkey. Okay, please. Interesting. Turkey plays better. They're unlucky. This Australia team reminds me of the Australian team in the Germany 2006 World Cup. Soccer violence in Seattle next Friday. What are you talking about? USA group has had the best game so far. It has. And I feel bad for the Turkey fans. They look deflated right now. Ain't no way this is Turkey's golden generation. Turkey is dog shit, is what Malcolm says. Mate, I mean, Australia have been terrible, but 1,000% deserve the win. I don't know anyone who could say they don't deserve the win. I mean, they played well this entire game. They play exactly the way they wanted to play, except they did it better. Like they would have been cool with the 1-0 win or a 1-1 draw, and they win 2-0. Paraguay can beat this Turkey team. Yeah, I think Turkey, man, they look very, very, very vulnerable. Like I think I think the United States have a very good chance to win their group. Man. Whoo. 80th minute. 81 likes, guys. We're 19 away from 100. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't already. Got 160 people watching this live. We're starting to tick up a little bit because you guys are obviously enjoying this game. It's very exciting. A lot of people coming in here to see how it finishes and probably talk about Australia. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. 19 away from 100. Let's get to the 100. Also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Help us out. Appreciate everyone who stopped by. Bro, I don't think Turkey will win a game. I don't know about that yet. I don't know. I don't know. Turkey has had so many chances. They just can't score. That's on them. Cute Kenny up late. Well, I guess it's the West Coast. It's only 10 o'clock there. It's like 2 in the morning here. The East Coast, it's a 2 o'clock in the morning World Cup game. I feel like we're watching it in Russia or something again, or Qatar, like a very early, late game. So I can't believe this game was this late, but I'm glad it was. I want to meet U.S. versus Iraq. Our MLS roster almost gave Turkey a run for their money. That's true. They did. U.S. Australia game to determine who goes first. If it's a draw, I don't see Australia scoring too many on Paraguay. Just my 2-week-old nephew could beat Turkey. 10:42 here in Cali. Yeah, it's super late here. A 2 a.m. banger worth staying up for. I agree with that. It's worth. I'm glad I stayed up for this game. I'm definitely glad I stayed up for this game. See if Australia can hold. I mean, I think they're definitely going to hold on, but let's see if they can go without conceding a goal. Goals win game possession games, not possession. That's true. U.S. has been underestimating us Aussies. I'm not underestimating you guys. I've said from the start, I think you guys are like a very scrappy team that will make it difficult. I said this group is tough from top to bottom. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and say I said Australia was going to win their group. I don't know if anyone, I don't even know if Australians thought they were going to win the group. If you did, then my God, I love the confidence. But, you know, they have played very well in this game. They have done, I think that they have done exactly what they want to do to the almost perfection. And they're going to get 3 points in a very, very respected game. Like they earned it. They earned it. Thanks for the live stream, even if you're a delusional USA fan. Who's your national team? I also think Paraguay could shock the Aussies too. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna stay up late anyway, but this makes it even better. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we did this. How much time is left? There are 6 minutes left plus added time, so probably like 4 or 5 minutes. Paraguay versus Turkey is going to be an intense. It's going to be a win or go home game. That's true. I can't believe I'm up still watching this game. I agree. It's worth it though. Oh, it's gonna be a free kick in a dangerous spot though for Australia. All right, free kick in a dangerous spot. 2-0. Australia have the lead on Turkey. Let's see if let's see what Turkey can do with the last 5 minutes plus add time. Oh, what a save! Man, this keeper breach, man. Oh my God, what a foul! Is gonna be a card there? Yep, yellow card. Patrick Beach has been balling out. Is Patrick Beecher who would you guys say your man of the match is so far for this game? Would you say Patrick? Would you say Patrick Beach is because he's 22, gets his first start ever in a World Cup? He's dethroning the vet Matt Ryan, not the quarterback for the former Falcons quarterback. My American friends, not that one. We're talking about the Australian goalkeeper here. But do you think that this is? Do you think that Matt or Patrick Beach has been the key? Has been the player of the game? Korea would love. Oh yeah, KCW. Yeah. So hey, listen, were you at the? By the way, I appreciate you, my friend, because I know I recognize you because of the. I thought the LAFC watch alongs, but We're gonna do the next South Korea watch along too, which I think is next Thursday. We did the first one against Czechia, but we'll do the next one too. Hope I see you there, my friend. Put in Lucas Harrington, the 22 million pound man. Patrick Beach, man, he's got to be on the radar for some teams now. Who's the guys? Who is the player of the match? Who you guys the player of the match? It's got to be Beach. I think Beach has got to be the guy. I mean, he's had so many key saves in this game. People talk about the chances. Patrick Beach, a 22-year-old, he's my man of the match. I've been very impressed with Patrick Beach. Iracunda and Patrick Beach were my two players I was very impressed with. How many starts does he have for Australia in general? How many caps? He's only got 3 caps for the national team. His 4th cap was the World Cup. Very impressive. Patrick Beach has been incredible. I do wonder how many teams are going to have him on the radar because this is the greatest scouting report you could do on a player is having an ability to ball out in the World Cup. That's where every team, every scout, every director, player, personnel, or whatever you want to call it, they are going to be all eyes on this tournament. So when you ball out, it's going to get the attention of a lot of people. Very impressive tonight. I'll say this. I think that Australia beating Turkey. Let me think about this for a second before I say something too crazy and get clipped and get killed eventually, get roasted. I would say that Australia beating Turkey 2-0 is the biggest upset so far in the 2026 World Cup. I think it's the biggest upset in the 2026 World Cup so far. Do you guys agree with that? I'm nervous that nervous. Will this Australia team almost tied Argentina in 2022? They play very well in the World Cup. Are we going to see Turkey finish third? Maybe. I think this Australia game. I think this is the most impressive, probably the most impressive game so far in the World Cup. Beating Turkey 2-0. A lot of people thought they were going to lose, and they beat them 2-0. Clean sheet. And listen, Aussie fans, you should not count that. You should not like be slighted by that comment. Like that's impressive. That's a compliment. You guys just you have the upset of the tournament. You beat a team that people didn't give you a chance with, and you kind of had your I wouldn't say you had your way with them, but like very impressive game. All right, 6 minutes of ad time. 6 minutes of ad time in this game. Turkey, they look defeated. So funny. It's talking trash pre-game. Aussie making him pay. I love it. I love it, guys. I love an underdog. That's what I mean. That's the United States mostly, in soccer specifically, in hockey have always been underdogs. I'm always an advocate for an underdog story. This beats the Switzerland tying with Qatar. Oh, for sure. This clears that game because they actually won, right? No, Qatar draw against Switzerland is yeah, but do you not think that 2-0 win? I mean, that's pretty impressive. 6 minutes enough time for Australia to make it 3-0. All right, I'm gonna do a poll. Let me see if I can do a poll here. I want you guys to tell me if you guys think that what was a bigger upset. What was a bigger upset? All right, I'm let's see. Switzerland. Australia 2-0 Turkey. All right, you guys let me know. Vote on this poll here. Let me know what you guys think. Which one of this was a bigger upset? 22 votes so far. 23 votes. Most people are saying that they think the Australia Turkey game was the bigger upset so far. 30 votes. By the way, guys, we got 4 minutes left of ad time. We got 92 likes. Can we hit the 100? Can we hit it? We're 8 away. Can we hit the 100 likes on this midnight, this 2 I'm up at 2 a.m. in the morning watching this game with you guys. Australia versus Turkey. Can we get to 100 likes? We're 8 away. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you already. Let's get to that 100 likes. That would be a very impressive stream to get to 100 on a Saturday, well, actually Sunday morning at 2 a.m. for me on the East Coast. Let's see what the poll is now. Okay, we got 38 votes. 84% of you say that you think that it's the Australia versus Turkey. All right, we're at 101 likes. Appreciate you guys. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go. How nobody gave Qatar a chance to do anything. Well, did anyone give a chance? Did anyone think that Australia was going to beat Turkey 2-0? Did anyone think that was going to happen? Just stumbled upon this. Cheers from Sydney. Appreciate it. Decky boy, appreciate that. Be on the lookout because I'm gonna do a collab video with a Australian YouTuber to preview the U.S. men's national team game. I'll probably drop it on Tuesday. Hopefully that's the plan. And we'll do a watch along for the game on Friday between Australia and the United States. And I can't lie to you guys, I'm gonna be biased in that game because I'm a United States fan. I just wanted to check and see what the talent was and see what we were going up against in the group tonight. But I am happy for you Australian fans to get this win. No chance, bro. Of what? No chance of what? It's 6:53 a.m. in London right now. That's crazy. Getting up early for the games. I admire it. I appreciate it. Respect it. Arda plays very well abroad, but when it comes to us, he can't manage to control a ball. All right, we got 1 minute 30 seconds left. 1 minute 30 seconds left before the end of the game. Australia is going to win this game. We'll see if they can prevent a goal from being conceded, though. Might even be a little bit behind. Let me see if I'm a little bit behind. I'm a little bit behind. Oh, Patrick Beach. Someone said shit turkey. I kind of language is that? Well, who said that? Guler is a fraud. I don't know why Turkey can't take headers. Good defending from Australia all the way to the end. Got to give them props. Good goalkeeping too from the young goalkeeper. I'm impressed with the Aussie defense. Their defense is gonna be tough. They're gonna give us a challenge against on Friday. It's gonna be a battle between them and the United States on Friday. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens between us and the Australian, the Socceroos. That's the final whistle. Hey, Australia upsets Turkey 2-0 to tie the United States, the top of the table. And if it were to end right now, well, Turkey would and Paraguay would be probably in trouble and trying to get that last place, third place qualifying for the round of 32. But I just want to say, everyone who watched the stream with us, it's almost 2 a.m. I appreciate every single person who stayed up and watched this stream with us late night. I hope you all enjoy this as much as I did. I had a great time. I hope Australia enjoys this big win for them. It might be one of the biggest wins for them all time, might be one of the biggest wins for them at the World Cup in their history. Props to you guys, all my Aussie friends. Hope to see you guys for the watch along on Friday against the United States. It's going to be like a 5 a.m. game for you guys. We're going to do a preview for that this week. Appreciate all you guys. I hope you guys have a great night, great morning, depending where you are, great afternoon. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out, hit the subscribe button on the way out, and the bell notification so you don't miss any of our videos. Until next time, guys, first of all, the World Cup is here, and I will see you all soon.